I'm done crying. My sadness is over. My anger has set in. I am a very petty person, and I am very proud of that. Love it about myself, actually. And so I say this in the most disrespectful way possible. I don't care if you are my family. I don't care if you're my friend. I don't care if we've been friends our entire lives. You can literally go f*** yourself if you voted for Donald Trump. If you are so sad about your groceries being expensive, get a better paying job. Do better in life. Get a education. Do something. Because you are stupid.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Once again, we got to talk about the liberal, loving, tolerant left, which is not very liberal. They're not very loving, and they're not very tolerant. And once again, we have another story highlighting exactly what I'm talking about. The true face of the left, which seems to be hate towards people who disagree with them politically. Okay, a common theme of some of my videos lately. Okay, how intolerant the Democrat Party is, and this story is exactly what I'm talking about, as we have to talk about a man who was previously convicted in the Fresno State hazing death, now under fire for his comments about Trump voters. Now, the man in question, his name is Leonard Serrato, and he was an administrator at Oregon for their Greek and fraternity life. Now, I'm not entirely sure why this guy got hired to be put in that position, considering how he has a history of not being a responsible person when it comes to dealing with fraternities in Greek life. But hey, it is what it is. It's the world that we live in here. This guy, he put out a video, a Trump deranged rant in reaction to the election, Kamala Harris losing in a landslide. And the University of Oregon picked up on this after his rant went viral, and they decided to put him on administrative leave. Take a look.
Heard a lot of reaction from both sides of the political divide in the last 48 hours since the election. Some people optimistic and hopeful, others frustrated, anxious, even angry. Well, today, a Greek life administrator at the University of Oregon is now on leave after posting a strong reaction to the results of the election. Take a listen.
You can literally go if you voted for Donald Trump. If you are so sad about your groceries being expensive, get a better paying job. Do better in life. Get a education. Do something. Because you are stupid. And I hope you go jump off of a bridge.
Well, Ducks Fraternity and Sorority Life Assistant Director Leonard Serrato posted that rant mocking Trump supporters on his Instagram story. Well, since then, the university launched an investigation and placed him on paid administrative leave. And a U of O spokesperson said that they counseled him and asked him to take that video down, and confirmed that he did. She said that the university, quote, finds the statements made in the video abhorrent and not in alignment with our values or mission. We opened an investigation and are reviewing the matter under university policies and the individual's role as a public employee. Well, as a public university, we take the duty seriously to provide an environment that welcomes diversity of thought and respect in alignment with our education mission. So the video has also grabbed national attention. Donald Trump Jr. responded to a repost of that video saying, quote, it is disgusting, but not surprising that an employee at a state university would speak in this way about more than half of the country. Serrato's Instagram page, which was labeled as a personal blog, has since been deleted.
This recent incident, not Serrato's first brush with controversy. In 2014, Serrato and two of his fraternity brothers were charged in connection to the hazing death of Fresno State freshman Philip Nannens. Prosecutors say Serrato purchased the alcohol and encouraged the 18-year-old pledge to take his last large gulps while binge drinking. Serrato pleaded no contest and was sentenced to 90 days in jail. At his sentencing, Serrato vowed to speak to college students about the dangers of underage drinking. The University of Oregon has placed Serrato on administrative leave pending its investigation.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Now, the University of Oregon did an investigation. Apparently, it took them, a month? A month to do the investigation into the guy, and they decided to fire him, okay? This woke administrator is no longer employed by the University of Oregon. He has been fired.
We have an update on a story we first brought you back in November. A University of Oregon faculty member who was placed on administrative leave after posting a video making disparaging comments towards people who voted for Donald Trump no longer works at the university. Leonard Serrato was the assistant director of fraternity and sorority life at UO. That video he posted on social media after the election went viral after he said Donald Trump voters should jump off a bridge.
And so I say this in the most disrespectful way possible. I don't care if you are my family. I don't care if you are my friend. I don't care if we've been friends our entire lives. You can literally go f*** yourself if you voted for Donald Trump. If you are so sad about your groceries being expensive, get a better f***ing paying job. Do better in life. Get a f***ing education. Do something. Because you are f***ing stupid.
The video sparked outrage and was even criticized by Donald Trump Jr. Serrato was placed on administrative leave, but now the Director of Issues Management at the University of Oregon confirms that he is no longer an employee at the university.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. What you have here is just another overly emotional liberal, Trump deranged liberal, losing his job, losing his livelihood, all for 5 minutes of fame. Okay, I'm not entirely sure why he thought it'd be a good idea to go on the internet and to say the things he said about Trump supporters while also being employed at a university, which, I mean, who knows? He might have thought he could get away with it because a vast majority of these universities are woke. So maybe he thought he can get away with it. But yeah, I think he went way too far with it in regards to what he said. And he ended up getting fired. And the craziest part about this is that this guy is acting like he's the victim, right? He's the victim in this situation. Quote, once it went viral, the theme of my video changed. The news media turned the narrative into me telling all Trump supporters to unalive themselves. Serrato said in his December 20th video, quote, because of this, I was then doxxed on Twitter. Not only was my work email, my personal email, my address, my family's address back in Los Banos, and my cell phone number. Serrato said that he received over 2,000 forms of harassment and threats toward the university and himself. He said that the harassment included homophobic slurs, fatphobic slurs, and racial slurs, as well as various threats of violence. OU students were among his followers on his now private Instagram account. Quote, at the time, my account was set to public, and because of that, individuals recorded what I said and posted it. Serrato said, it was students who did this, but I know it was students because it was originally posted to the anonymous app called Fizz. Serrato had been employed by the university since 2022. Okay, so yeah, this guy is playing victim, right? He's the victim in this situation because apparently, according to him, the media is spinning a narrative that he said something that he definitely said on camera, right? That everybody can see. That's what he said. But again, this happened because of the fact that this man is clearly overly emotional and radicalized, right, by the left-wing liberal media, right? That is your brain on MSNBC, okay? That is your brain on Joy Reid, Rachel Maddow, Nicole Wallace, Joe Scarborough. Yeah, that's what happens, okay? Does anybody notice the disturbing pattern of radicalized leftists in this country? Okay, these are the same people who are openly celebrating the murder of the United Healthcare CEO. Now, yes, I know there's a lot of people upset with the healthcare industry and whatnot, but don't you just find it strange how you have, again, mainly people on the left openly not only just celebrating it, but also kind of making the murderer an idol, right? They are essentially like making him a deity, right, in leftist circles, okay? It's kind of strange, right? And it's really creepy. And it just goes to show you how much these people love to celebrate violence, right? As long as it is for their political goals and their political agenda, they have no problems with it at all, okay? And again, that is what leads to these types of rants that you see quite a bit from people, again, and they end up losing their jobs over their Trump derangement. Like, for example, you have Laura Helmuth, the editor-in-chief of Scientific American. She went on a Trump deranged rampage against Trump supporters and a now deleted post on social media calling them fascists, racist, and sexist. Quote, I want to apologize to younger voters that my Gen Z is so full of effing fascists. Helmuth wrote on the social media platform Blue Sky. She also wrote, quote, solidarity to everybody whose meanest, dumbest, most bigoted high school classmates are celebrating early results, because F them to the moon and back. Solidarity. Those are one of those communist keywords, right? Anytime somebody talks about solidarity, okay, in the collective, they're communists, right? Almost 99% of the time, they're communists. Helmuth then went after her own home state. Quote, every 4 years, I remember why I left Indiana, where I grew up, and remember why I respect the people who stayed and are trying to make it less racist and sexist. The moral arc of the universe isn't going to bend itself. Helmuth was booted from her job days later. Yeah, so again, Trump derangement will get you fired. And again, I think that these are just one of the many stories in this country that we really should be talking about in regards to what is happening to the left. Why are these individuals becoming so damn radical? I mean, they're so radical that during the holiday season, they're basically trying to disown family members who voted for Trump, which is something that even liberals like Bill Maher have spoken out about and said, no, this is too far.
He just remember him hugging Nixon, and then
so what?
I know, but at the time he was he's seen as a traitor.
It's so funny you mention that, because like today we live in this time when you're not allowed to have friends from the other side or cross lines politically. And I forgot that there's an example of that way back when.
Yeah.
A guy who crossed lines politically. Ooh, the worst thing you could ever do, be friends with a Republican? Call 911. This is what I hate about the left. Like, you know, and they're not going to get me over to the Trump side, which they think they will sometimes, but just the idea that, you know, cut your family off for Thanksgiving if they voted for the wrong guy.
Well, yeah.
Off, you.
Well, I don't know.
And Sammy, but when he hugged Nixon, he was ostracized.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
By the left a lot. That was an early harbinger of that.
Yeah. So even Bill Maher realizes the intolerance of the left and how much a problem this is. Now, again, it's not a problem enough for him to lead the left, even though a lot of these leftists will say that Bill Maher is not actually really left. He is conservative. He's a right-winger. Again, that's how deranged they are. They think that Bill Maher is a right-winger, right? That's how deranged they are. But anyways, again, you can see that a lot of people getting fed up with it, right? A lot of people are now opening their eyes and seeing that the party of hate and bigotry, the people that are really dividing this country, are the lunatics on the fringe, right? On the left, okay? On the left side of the aisle. This is what they're doing. And stories like this, videos like this, that we constantly see going viral, are great examples of what I'm talking about. These people, I mean, they really are making it very hard to be a sane progressive in this country, right? Because of the fact that it has now become a stigma to be a progressive, right? Everybody thinks that you're a lunatic, right? If you go ahead and say you're a progressive, they say, you must be a crazy person, right? And, you know, that's just what it is at this point. That's just what it is. And again, it's because of the Trump derangement. Trump derangement, I think, is one of the main causes of cognitive impairment in this country, and is one of the main reasons why the left has failed, because of Trump derangement. Trump derangement has essentially destroyed that side of the political aisle. It's really something to behold. So, hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.